have 30 minutes to talk, and I might spend all of that trying to outline the 3 reasons why I don't shop at Walmart. Hi, welcome to a video whose creator is blind and unapologetically does not know or care what the screen looks like. Hi everyone, so I guess you gotta start couponing somewhere, but I'm all about shopping at Walgreens. Why not Walmart? If you compare prices, I bet Walgreens costs more, doesn't it? Well, there's 3 reasons why I won't shop at Walmart. One that has to do with pure ethics, another that has to do with convenience, and another that has to do with accessibility. First of all, as we all know by now, I can spend 10 minutes trying to say 10 words. I am one of the longest-winded people you can meet. I have 30 minutes to talk, and I might spend all of that trying to outline the 3 reasons why I don't shop at Walmart. So let's deal with this first one, an ethical issue. A lot of people have complained for a long time about Walmart and how they treat their employees. And up to now, I haven't really... It's one of these things that the world's got 3 million different problems and I really can't worry myself with all of them. Up until now, Walmart, how they've treated their employees hasn't been a sticking point or a reason for me to not shop there. Up until now. You can't watch one of my videos anymore without seeing a reference to it and seeing me push it, that Walmart preserve the jobs of disabled door greeters petition. And because they have decided to get rid of door greeters or change their jobs drastically, I really don't support them anymore. It's not specifically about door greeters in and of themselves. It's about disabled people who all they want in this world is to have a job and make money and build a life for themselves and make something out of themselves like everybody else in the world. Look, I've been there. I identify myself as disabled. My most obvious disability is blindness, but there are other issues that are not so obvious, and one of these days maybe I'll create a video explaining what all there is. But I say that to say this. Not all blind people have all of my problems. There are some common denominators between all blind people, but there are a lot of problems that I have that other blind people don't have. For example, if you spend enough time on a city bus, you'll see your share of blind people coming on and off the bus with their canes or their guide dogs, and all they need to be able to successfully use the bus is those announcements that say what the next stop is. That's not me. I don't know if it'll ever be me. Not because I can't see, but because my brain just doesn't know how to process where I am and continue processing correctly where I am long enough to see myself through walking out of my apartment, crossing this street, that street, and oh yeah, that other street, and going up to bus stop number 9. That's not all blind people. That's me and people who were also born prematurely and, although may never get an official medical diagnosis, not only lost their sight in their fight for life that they ultimately won, but lost some of their brain power. I say that because that's one of the disabilities that I'm willing to talk about, but it's one of the disabilities that is not obvious to most people, but that does exist. Most people, when they graduate high school, or even before they graduate high school, they have a summer job at McDonald's or something. Or they graduate and they have a starter job through and into college. Then they get into their field of study that they just spent 2, 4, 8 years studying so that they could have that job. And maybe they have different jobs at different places, but they have a 20, 30, 40 year long career in that field. I didn't have it that way. I graduated high school in 2000, focused on college, at a job that I thought I was going to dedicate my life to. Up toward the end of college, when I couldn't seem to pass the classes where they were simulating what I would be doing on a daily basis, that pretty much turned me off of that. And it became, okay, well, now what am I going to do with my life? I went to a training center for blind adults, and the hope was that after leaving that, I would be more prepared to go into the work world. But in short, that time in the training center was not only learning some blindness skills that I'd never learned and reinforcing the blindness skills that I had, but finally learning some things about me that had always been true but had never been allowed to be discovered or acknowledged or addressed or dealt with. So when I left that training center, I wasn't as ready to jump into the work world as I had hoped. Fast forward almost 15 years later. Has it been that long? Good God. Well, it has. I graduated in 2004 and now it's 2019. In short, I am now in what I think of as the best job I've ever had. I actually said that about a job before, and I still think at the time that was the best job I had ever had. I am now pretty much at the same spot in my current job that I was in my previous job before I lost it. My current job, I don't think I'm anywhere near being at the point of losing, or I'm going to believe leaving it. Leaving it because I'm good and damn ready to leave it, not because HR informs me that I no longer have a job. And for the record, I did not get fired from my previous job that I thought was the best one I'd ever had. I got laid off because the company got hit with... It was a tiny company, and we had some financial problems, and my boss said, "What can I live without?" And I guess one of the first things she thought of was her assistant, so there I was, without a job. But this video is not about why I lost the job that I had 3 years ago. This video is about, why don't I shop at Walmart? Why don't I support Walmart? I have a hard time supporting Walmart because I am that person who has spent longer than I would have wanted trying to even get into the work world, let alone hold a job, find the right job, and hold on to it for as long as I can. And even that, for as long as I can. Did I leave it because I wanted to leave it or because circumstances forced me? This doesn't just happen to blind people. This happens to autistic people, people in wheelchairs who can't stand, or who either can't stand at all or who can't stand for long periods of time, who cannot lift, who cannot climb ladders, who cannot do manual labor, who, due to mental illness, cannot handle high stress or difficult situations on the job. There's any number of reasons why a disabled person cannot handle certain jobs, or why a disabled person would have a hard time finding a job. I've lived it. I know what that's like. And for Walmart to say to a disabled person who finally found their dream job at Walmart, some people may think of it as a dead-end job, but it's perfect for them. Well, for them to turn around and say, "Well, I'm glad that you've had a job this long and you've enjoyed it, but now we're changing your job and we're either pulling you off of the door or we're giving you a little bit of time on the door, but really your job also is going to involve a whole bunch of stuff that you can't do, standing for long periods of time, climbing ladders, doing things that you're not capable of doing because of your disability. And if you can't do all of that, then you're no longer in the right job." That's just making life harder for a person who has it hard to begin with. And I just can't support that. And because of that, I really don't go to Walmart any more than I have to. I used to, well, technically I do still have an online account. I haven't shopped on that online account for a long time. The last time I went to Walmart was a couple of months ago because what I was looking for is sold there, and my aunt took me there in our mission to find what I needed. The second reason, convenience. Frankly, I don't live near a Walmart. My My nearest Walmart is on the southeast side of a town that I live on the north side of. Really, I'm not sure town is the right way to describe what I live in. I live in a city. There's the northeast side, the southeast side, the northwest side, and the southwest side. And southeast 82nd is where I believe the nearest Walmart is. I live in northeast 14th. And between the time that it would take to take door-to-door transit down there and back, that's just an inconvenient ordeal in and of itself. And the money that it would cost if I took an Uber down there and went the more convenient way, it's just not worth it. It's more convenient to get an Amazon delivery or go to Walgreens. And then there's accessibility. You know, I don't know how the dictionary defines accessibility, but it can mean different things to different people. For a person in a wheelchair, accessible means a wheelchair ramp as opposed to stairs. For a blind person, accessible means text that is readable by a program that reads the screen out loud, as opposed to text that is buried in a picture frame that the program can't read inside of. To say that Walgreens is more accessible than Walmart as a blind person who uses Aira, which put simply is a app that connects a blind person to a sighted person who has been trained to give optimal description of what they're seeing in the camera that is either connected to the blind person's phone or special glasses, means that you can set foot in any Walgreens and use the Aira app for free, as opposed to any other store that doesn't have what's called Aira Access, where you set foot in that store, use the Aira app for 30 minutes shopping, and that's 30 minutes that counts against your subscription plan. In other words, you have to pay for those 30 minutes. In a place like Walgreens and AT&T and any other location, many of which are airports, and public transit is very slowly coming on board, where Aira is free, the places that have Aira access are more quote-unquote accessible than places that don't. So I'm going to shop at Walgreens before I'll shop at Fred Meyer or Target or certainly Walmart, just because Walgreens has the Aira access. In other words, the free Aira. And so that is why I really don't shop at Walmart any more than I have to. They would just as soon knock a disabled employee out of a job as help you out. There is no Walmart near enough to my house to make it a convenient shopping trip. And Walgreens has Aira access and Walmart doesn't. Although Walmart could full on come on board with Aira access tomorrow and I still wouldn't shop there because of the whole disability thing and the whole not so near thing. So with that said, thank you for watching. Please follow me on Twitter, or if you really want to, on Facebook. If you're blind or visually impaired and wish you had sighted assistance on demand, check out Aira. That just might be how you can get some. If you believe that when disabled people find the right job, they should actually keep it, sign the Walmart Preserve Disabled Door Greeters Jobs petition. If you believe 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time is too much to ask for a new YouTuber, sign the Do Not Demonetize petition. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.